Hey guys, Karibo Bros here, and today I'm displaying my Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon deck profile. So I've had the deck for a few weeks now, but I've been playtesting around, swapping and changing some cards. Finally got a build that I feel will do me some good. Although that's not showing in tournaments at the moment, probably because I'm not that great at the game. But anyway, so we'll have a look at the main deck, then we'll go into the extra deck and we'll just see what I'm running. So of course it's a Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck profile, so we run 2 copies of Chaos Max Dragon himself, a level 8 Dark monster, 4000 attack, 0 defense, does double piercing damage. Ritual monster cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Of course, it's a Blue Eyes deck, so we'll need 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon himself. Pretty standard, really. Then we'll move on to 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternate White Dragon. So you special summon this card by revealing the Blue Eyes card in your hand, so Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. This monster's effect is you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. You can destroy that monster, but if you do, Blue Eyes Alternate White Dragon can't attack that turn. 3 copies of White Stone of Legend. When this card is sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you can summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And also you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard back to your hand. There's a few discard outlets with this. Also use this card in a few discard outlets, so Twin Twisters, Melody of Awakening Dragon, so this card ends up in your graveyard quite regularly. 3 copies of Manju of the Thousand Hands, 1400 attack, and when this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, blah blah blah, you can add a ritual spell card or a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. 2 copies of Dragon Spirit of White, level 8, 2500 attack. This card is treated as a normal monster while it's in your graveyard and is always treated as a Blue Eyes card, so you can bring this card back from the graveyard. And when this card is special summoned, through either the effect of White Stone or bring it back from the graveyard, you can banish a spell or trap card your opponent controls. Run the 1 copy of Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Sage has 0 attack, 1500 defense. When it's normal summoned, you can add 1 star light tuner monster from your deck to your hand. So you can add effect veil, you can add White Stone of Ancient to your hand, and you can use this card's effect when it's in your hand as well to discard this card, tribute the monster you control, and summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Run 2 copies of Effect Veiler, so Effect Veiler is obviously used to negate your opponent's monster effects during their main phase. 2 copies of Max C to help dig through the deck and look for your Chaos Max Dragon, or just the combo pieces in general. 3 copies of Trading, because you need to dig through this deck. 3 copies of Melody of the Awakening Dragon, so you discard 1 card, add up to 2 Dragon type monsters with 3000 or more and 2500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. So you can add Blue Eyes, you can add Chaos Max Dragon, you can add Blue Eyes Alternate Dragon, so there's 3, 6, 7, 8 targets there to add. Got Return of the Dragon Lords, target 1 level 7 or 8 Dragon type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And then if a Dragon type monster you control would be destroyed, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Now you can't bring back Blue Eyes Alternate Dragon with this card as long as that Blue Eyes Alternate Dragon had previously successfully or even special summoned from your hand. 1 copy of Cards of Constance. Discard the White Stone of Ancient to draw 2 cards. I was running 2 copies of it, but the ratios are just that small. I wasn't using it that often, so I just thought the 1 copy I'd take off the second for the Sage. Run 2 Twin Twisters to get rid of back row and send certain cards you need in the graveyard. 2 copies of Swords of Concealing Light. Now this card is similar to Swords of Revealing Light, except it sends all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position, and obviously you want to then attack over them with Chaos Max Dragon to inflict double piercing damage. 2 copies of Advanced Ritual Art. You can add this with Manju, and you can send a normal monster from your deck to your graveyard, say Blue Eyes White Dragon, to special summon Chaos Max Dragon. 1 copy of Chaos Form, which is the Chaos Max Dragon's actual spell, ritual spell. You can banish Blue Eyes monsters from your graveyard to special summon Chaos Max Dragon, or you can just tribute monsters from your hand or side of the field whose level equals 8. 1 copy of Silver's Cry to bring back normal monsters from your graveyard, so you've got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon and 2 Dragon Spirit. And to finally finish it off, the 1 copy of Regeki. So that's the 40 card main deck. You could probably take out Regeki if you wanted to stick in an Upstart Goblin to make it a 39 card deck, but I just like to have Regeki in my deck. Move on to the extra deck. We have 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Now this card stops your it's a level 9 synchro. This card stops your opponent from summoning more than 2 monsters at a time to their side of the field, or special summoning 2 monsters at a time to their side of the field. So it can stall out on Pendulum decks. You can negate card effects that activate. Sorry, monster effects that activate in the graveyard with this card's effect. And finally, you can tag this card out to special summon one light dragon type synchro monster from your extra deck, but destroy it during the main end phase. So you obviously want to bring out Yugioh, and his own effect will protect him, so he won't get destroyed. Michael, you can bring him out to then banish a big target your opponent controls, but he will get destroyed in the end phase. And finally, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, you could bring this out through Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon's effect and bounce a special summon target monster your opponent controls back to their extra deck. So that's the 5-card extra deck, 5-card synchro extra deck. So then we run 1 copy of Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. I hardly ever go into this card, but it's basically to Blue Eyes you can contact use and bring this out. This card can't be destroyed by battle and can banish your opponent's monsters that this card battles. We play the 1 rank 4 on this deck, Daigusto Emerald. Basically, you will get situations where you'll have 2 Manjus on the field and they are incredibly weak, so you want to overlay them into this. You can use either one of its effects to target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck and draw 1 card. You can use this maybe when you've got all 3 Blue Eyes in your graveyard and you have the ritual spells in your hand, say Advanced Ritual Art in your hand, and you can't bring out Chaos Max Dragon. And alternatively, you can target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, so you could bring back a Blue Eyes White Dragon. 1 copy of Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliops, basically detach 1 tribute monsters in your hand side of the field, and up to the number of monsters you've tributed destroy your opponent's cards. 1 copy of Divine Dragon Knight Fellground, 2 of like monsters once per turn during an player's turn. You can detach 1 Exceed material from this card and target 1 face-up monster on the field until one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. Its effects are negated, but it's unaffected by other card effects. 1 copy of 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Now this card can negate your opponent's monster's effects during the battle phase, however you usually use it to go and rank up into Galaxy Eyes Full Armoured 31 Dragon, which you can use to, has 4,000 attack. You can detach 1 Exceed material from it to pop a face-up monster your opponent controls. 1 copy of number 38 Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. This card negates your opponent from activating 1 spell card in their turn, and then absorbs it as an Excuse material. 2 copies of number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. 4,000 attack, but when he does attack, he gains 200 attack for the combined number of rank of monsters all on the field. So if he's the only monster on the field, he'll gain 1,600 attack. If there's another Exceed monster in the field, he'll gain even more attack. And finally, for the last card in the extra deck, we run 1 copy of number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. When this card is special summon, you can send 3 different dragons from your deck to the graveyard to have your opponent banish 3 monsters from their deck, and you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card to have this card attack 2 monsters your opponent controls during the battle phase. So basically the deck's made to OTK pretty quick. Ideally you want to try and get Chaos Max out by turn 2, possibly turn 3, and then just use Sword to Conceal and Light to turn all your opponent's monsters to face down defense position and inflict the double piercing damage. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please just remember to like, comment and subscribe.